Welcome to Modern Management of the Older Adult, brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence.
Hey everybody, welcome to the MMOA podcast. My name is Macy Bolt. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm coming at you from Madison, Wisconsin, and I am a physical therapist in the outpatient ortho setting. I work in a clinic that's connected with a larger health system, and I am one of the TAs with the Modern Management of the Older Adult crew. So today, what we're going to be talking about is curating your caseload and really diving into what it means to invest in yourself in the clinic setting. I firmly believe that there are variables within our control that can really improve our job satisfaction, leading to better outcomes for our patients and really a lot more content clinicians as well. So the three things that we're going to cover are, number one, investing in your patients, number two, engaging with other medical colleagues, and number three, diving into your community. So let's jump right in. So number one, investing in your patients. Really what this means is taking that extra step with the folks that are in front of us. This starts the very moment that our patient care interactions begin. That first impression that you make with anyone, but especially with older adults, that is basically the job interview that we all have prepared for many, many times. With older adults, if we can crush that first interaction, meet them where they're at, and truly hear their concerns about why they're coming in for PT or OT or any rehab, and really hear where they want to go, we have hit the nail on the head. Sam did a great podcast back in March about listening well, and that is exactly what I'm talking about here. These folks do not want another run-of-the-mill generic healthcare experience. They want to have their socks blown off by us. So early in my career, I messed this up a lot. I went into an evaluation. I'd done my thorough chart review. I had done by the book everything I was taught in school, and I got so much information. I got all of the tests done I wanted to do. I did all the outcome measures I wanted to do, but I didn't get to know the human in front of me. And what that left me with was, number one, a whole bunch of data and nowhere to go with it. And number two, I didn't know the person that I was working with. And I have found time and time again that if I take a few of those tests and measures out of my evaluation and save them for visit 2 or 3 or 4, and I take that extra time with my patient to really ask them questions about them, get to know them, use tools like the PSFS to dive into what they want to get out of PT or OT, that is what opens the door for me to really get to know the person in front of me. So the reality is, there's the by the book way that we work in healthcare. And then there's the way that really allows us to foster the human connection that is going to be more valuable, in my opinion. And so if we can really listen well to our patients, it's going to decrease how many decisions we have to make, because frankly, they're going to tell us what we need to work on. When I talk to someone, and I have done, every generic run-of-the-mill outcome measure out there, that doesn't give me as much information about them as asking them, how do you spend your time? What do you like to do with your grandkids? What do you like to do in the middle of the day? Those are the things that tell me a lot more about where we should be headed. And I have found that the patients that I have done a really good job listening well with, those people bring me into their circles. You learn a lot about the community and the people that your patients are interacting with when you ask them about them, when you learn about what's actually happening in their day-to-day life. You are going to learn about their family and their friends, about their bridge club, about the coffee clutch, about their exercise group. You're going to hear all of it. And when you learn about those things, You also learn about all of the other people in their life who may need a fabulous PT or OT or other rehab professional like all of you. So you can be your own marketing team. When your patient says, oh my gosh, my sister Sally Ann, she had a fall the other day. You can say, you know what? I treat people who have had falls all the time. Send her my way. I'd be more than happy to help her out. You get to open those doors when you talk to these people about more than just the ailment they're coming in with. And you really can then foster the caseload that is going to make you a happier clinician. I know when my day is chocked full of older adults who are looking to get stronger, looking to improve their balance, that makes me a happier clinician because those are really the folks that I feel like I thrive with. So, number one, ask your people about themselves. Get to actually know the human in front of you and really, really dive in on what makes this person this person. That is going to allow that door to open so that they can tell you who needs to come see you next. So that's investing in your patients. So then the second piece of this is engaging with other medical colleagues. The reality of our current healthcare situation is it's kind of a scary place, to be honest. There's a ton of turnover. There is not enough time in the day. The wait lists are incredibly long to get in with providers of all kinds, including us. And the health system that I work for, we have so much turnover especially in our primary care departments, that it's really hard for our patients to feel like they have a cohesive team because people are leaving a lot. So one really actionable thing that I have found has made a huge difference in the patients that are getting referred to me is that when I see a new referral source, or I see a referral source that I've seen before, but they're sending me my ideal patient. So that would be someone who is an older adult who's looking to get stronger, or someone who has recently had a bunch of falls, or someone who has osteoporosis and is looking for strategies to strengthen their bones, or someone with a vestibular condition. I am taking the extra moment when I'm reaching out to this provider after, I've written up my eval. I have to send them the plan of care anyway for a lot of these folks. And what I do is I just send them an extra message. I separate it from the plan of care that I'm sending them so that this is a standalone message. And all I do is send them a quick blurb saying, hey, thank you so much for sending me XYZ patient. Just wanted to let you know, this is really what I'm passionate about treating. I thrive when I'm seeing folks who have X, Y, and Z, and I really have a ton of fun with these people. If you ever have any questions about what to do with these folks, where to send them, who would be a great provider, please use me as a resource because we want to help these people get better and we know you are busy. I have found that time and again, when I take that extra moment to reach out, these providers are so grateful and relieved to have a contact in the rehab space that they feel like they can confidently send patients to, or someone that they can confidently ask questions to without feeling like they're burdening us. We know we're strapped for time, and they are also definitely strapped for time. So if we put our names out there, again, be your own marketing team and keep those lines of communication open, we are going to get more referrals of the patients that we really want to be seeing. And like I said before, when we are seeing the folks that we want to be seeing, it makes our day better. So then number 3 is diving into the community. This is where I feel like things get really, really fun. We all know that the day-to-day in clinic life can get a little bit monotonous at times. I have found that when I can add some extra flavor to my week or my month or my quarter, knowing that I'm going to go interact with folks out in the real world, that really kind of just is inspiring. It gives me a little bit of extra fire for then when I do get back into clinic. So what my recommendation here is look into your local senior centers, look into the YMCA, What's the athletic club offering? Are there strong bodies classes in your area? Ask your own patients what they're doing and how they're connecting with folks in the community and, exercising or moving their bodies. Find out what groups are regularly meeting and getting together. Then, here's the key. You have got to get in front of these groups of people. If we are waiting for patients to walk in the door to come see us, we are missing out. We need to be getting ourselves out there in front of these folks and letting them know that they need us. Really, when I go meet with these groups of people, it is so much fun. So what I do is roughly quarterly, I go and meet with a group of older adults who they all participate in an exercise class twice a week together. So they're all great friends. They have a great time. I have never seen so much laughter in an exercise class in my life. But I just go in and I'm connected with the person who runs the group. And so I usually ask her, hey, what are people wanting to hear about? And if they don't have any ideas, I come up with something. So I've gone in, I've talked about balance, I've talked about strength training, power training, building healthy bones, a little bit of nutrition stuff. And every single time I go, we have such awesome conversations. And these folks have questions and they don't know who to ask the questions to. And so if we can be a resource for these people, they are going to build trust with us. Every single time I go, I end up with at least 2 to 3 brand new patients on my caseload, whether it be the people who were in front of me or friends and family of the people who were there present, who, found something of value in the conversation that we had or in what, I presented on, and they feel like they have a connection. And that's really what this is all about, is just building connection with folks in the community who you may be potentially able to help. The other beautiful part about this is that these folks are already positively engaging with moving their bodies. So some of that is the hardest part of our job, right? Finding ways to motivate people to move. But these people are doing that already. And just like when we all exercise, sometimes we end up with a musculoskeletal sprain or strain or an ache or pain somewhere that we need to address. Guess what? That also happens for older adults who are positively moving their bodies. And so they just need to know that they have someone that gets them, that they can trust to take care of them and get them back to their exercise class with their friends. Because let me tell you, if we isolate these people and they stop going to their exercise class because their knee hurts a little bit, that is going to be so much more negative than, it's crazy how negative that could be potentially for that person. So it is frankly our job, and this is my call to action to you all, to get out there and get in front of these people so that we can start to be kind of that positive light in the healthcare system and give these people some hope that, there are people out there who get them and who want to help them stay active and stay in their fun exercise classes that they love. In getting out in front of people, I've really, really found that just making those connections has tenfold increased the number of older adults who are active and wanting to stay, engaging in their activities. I am seeing so many more of those folks since I started really diving into the community and where I work. So to review what we talked about, there are 3 really great, easy ways that we can make our caseload look more like what we want our caseload to look like. Number 1 is listening well and investing in your patients. That is like the foundation here. We have got to hear the people in front of us and know the people in front of us. Number 2 is engaging with our medical colleagues. We can create kind of a symbiotic relationship where they're sending us patients that we want to be seeing, and we're helping decrease their burden and their decision fatigue. And number 3 is diving into your community and really getting boots on the ground in front of people who are gonna, be potential patients, or who are gonna know people who could be potential patients. And ultimately, when we're happy and energized and seeing folks on our caseload that really fill us up, we are going to pass along that positivity and that energy to our patients as well. So, I would encourage you to kind of challenge yourself, get out there, get in front of some groups of people you haven't interacted with before. Thanks for having me on the podcast. If you're looking to get involved with MMOA on the road, we have courses coming up this weekend in Casper, Wyoming and Bend, Oregon. And then the online cohort for L1 starts October 14th and L2 starts October 17th. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to the MMOA podcast. If you found this helpful, please share with someone that could benefit. And if you're looking for more practical content to help you better serve older adults, head over to www.mmoa.online, where you can learn more about our free resources, our community, continuing education courses, and our certification. Once again, that's www.mmoa.online. Thanks for listening.